Hello, and welcome to the first episode of
Anime Realistified.
This is a series where I turn your favorite anime into a live action. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, when I was first working on this series, I had a stem of rules that I wanted to follow when making this video. However, it did not work out. Pretty much this is supposed to be a series where I spin a wheel and whatever anime it lands on, I make a live action of it. Except the twist was that I only had 1 week to make it. How and why did I think I was gonna be able to make a whole live action in 1 week? I have no idea. But let me bring you into this journey. So after I spun the wheel, the anime that was chosen was Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer. Wow.
Oh, DD, oh, what it is, oh.
And I knew immediately I wanted to recreate Zenitsu Godspeed. First, I needed to find inspiration, not only for the live action, but for the overall direction that I wanted to take upon this project. And after watching some of my favorite VFX artists, it made me realize something. I need to step up my game. I feel like for a while now I've been stuck in the same place as far as my skill as a VFX artist. So I knew that in this project I had to step out of my comfort zone to empower a creative breakthrough. So now that I have a strong fire of inspiration and I figured out what scene I'm gonna recreate, now we can begin. There are a number of techniques that I wanted to learn when making this project. I decided to recreate the scene where Zenitsu is fighting the spider demon because I feel like that this scene in specific has the most potential to fulfill all the new stuff that I want to learn. And after putting together some shots of the anime, I began filming. And one of the new things that I wanted to learn was character manipulation using Epsynth. Now, I've never used Epsynth before, but this is actually a very simple and cool process. All you have to do is pretty much render your shot as a PNG, take one of the frames and put it into Photoshop. Then using some of the references I found online, I used the liquify tool to make some facial adjustments and just some overall cleanup to make me look more like Zenitsu. However, there's just one problem. I don't really look like Zenitsu. And I really didn't want to spend money on a cosplay and make major changes. Just think of this more as a live action inspired instead of like a very accurate live action, if that makes sense. I don't know. But I promise on the next one, I'll actually go all out on the cosplay and actually make it a true live action. So after creating my Zenitsu references, Epsynth will take this information and pretty much paste it onto the rest of the frames. And now we have something like this. Things were going good. I was already learning new stuff. It felt like my breakthrough was in the palm of my hands until this happened. I had all my cutouts and all my footage ready, so it was time to create the environment. This is where things started to fall apart. The main reason why I picked this scene to recreate was because of this shot in specific where Zenitsu activates his Godspeed and there's a whole bunch of lightning and debris surrounding him. And this shot definitely played out a lot simpler in my head because I cannot get this shot to work. I tried multiple simulations to accurately recreate the debris in the anime, but I kept going through so many different problems where it was starting to become overwhelming. I think I spent like 3 days just trying different techniques to get the desired look, but just it seems like nothing was working. So I decided to take a step back from this step and just work on the environment, and maybe seeing the environment come together, it'll help me regain my motivation again. But then again, I hit another wall. The environment wasn't coming together how I wanted it to, and I had no idea why, especially it being such a simple design. It's pretty much just trees and bushes in the background, but I could not get the lighting right, and it didn't look realistic at all. And there was just a bunch of small hiccups that were really killing my drive for this project. And this happens every time I make a big project. I always run into this wall that I can never seem to get through, a wall that just sucks up all my motivation and makes me doubt my skill as a VFX artist. There were many times when I wanted to delete this project and scrap this whole series, but I knew if I really truly wanted to get to the next level, this is where I needed to work my hardest, and I knew I cannot give up on this. So after taking a few days off to work on other projects, I came back with a new perspective, and this is when everything started to change. Things started to come together, and I was finally able to break through that wall. The environment still wasn't exactly how I had imagined, but it was a step in the right direction, and I decided to use production crate debris assets, which actually came in clutch, and I think it gave a better look than what I was trying to achieve originally. I was feeling myself so much that I even added additional shots because I just love adding additional problems. I wanted to try to recreate the spider demon, and this was a good opportunity to get into hair sims because this is something that I've never done before. And honestly, the end product wasn't great, but at least I learned something new. The shot that I'm probably most proud of is when I'm jumping from tree to tree. I love the camera work on this shot, and it was definitely something new that I've never done before, but this definitely gave some more inspiration for future projects, and it felt like I was learning so much from this project. For the shot where I break through the shed thing, I actually conveniently found a 3D model that looks just like the shed in the anime, and so I put that into my scene and created a sky dome for the background. Then I just composited everything in After Effects, adding some debris, glow, color correction, etc. And this is how the shot turned out. I was able to get the rest of the shots done a lot quicker. And before I show you guys the final product, if you haven't seen it already, making this project made me realize something. And it was that I was putting way too much unnecessary pressure on myself because of the standards that I was setting for myself. I felt that I had to be just as good as some of the live actions that I would see on social media. But then I remembered something I said a year ago. Because the true beauty lies within the journey, not the destination. Let me repeat that. The true beauty lies within the journey, not the destination. So don't let comparison steal your joy. Let it fuel your determination to create something extraordinary and unique. It's about the journey, not the destination. There are always going to be problems, but it's about how you handle those problems and not let these problems shake you off your path. So I'm definitely going to take this new mindset into the rest of my projects. And you should too, especially if you deal with comparing yourself to others. Creating always starts with your mind, and your mind represents your work. Or your work represents your mind. I don't know. I've already started working on the next live action video. Can't wait for you guys to see it. And with all that being said, here's the final product.
このような鍛錬に耐えた日々をお前は必ず報われる。極限まで叩き上げ誰よりも強靭な刃になれ。